Turns out today, thanks to a friend, I'm going to be talking about police officers. And I was going to call them policemen for a second, and they should be called that because I never see any goddamn women. But that's probably because the women wouldn't make good decisions, as the most of the policemen I meet make fucking terrible decisions. And I got this friend named Cooney, a friend with benefits, whatever. She, will defend any police officer to the death. What? Just because, she has an uncle that's a police officer. And I remember the first time I really met her, she was talking about her family, and she said she doesn't even fucking talk to her uncle. And I think at one point she said he was a molester or something. So I don't know why she's so much on their side. But, because I'm on her side, because I mentioned friend with benefits. Just kidding. I'm desperate, but I don't like police officers. They're always harassing me for no reason. But my friend Cooney, she just loves them. She just does. At one point she saluted one, and I was just like, he doesn't want that, Cody. And she's like, yes, he does. And I'm like, all right. And seriously, it's just Cooney. And Cooney, she says a lot of stuff, but she's like, those police officers, they're trained to use all those 6,000 things inside their car, while they're driving. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go police academy so that way I can just learn how to use my cell phone and drive at the same time. So that way when I get pulled over, I'm like, no, don't worry, pal. I went to the police academy. It's like, yeah, I got D's on the classes where I had to shoot innocent black people, but I got great straight A's when it comes to using my cell phone and driving. That's clearly got to be a class, right? Shooting innocent black people? That happens all the time, so it has to be a class. I think someone that would be a valedictorian, and that would be George Zimmerman. He's not even a cop, but he's probably super good at it. And all you need to do is see a bag of Skittles and then be like, oh no, and then shoot him 17 times, because we all know a bag of Skittles is totally crazy deadly. What? Too soon? Yeah, fuck right, not soon enough, clearly. But it reminds me of, spoiler alert, this movie called Neighbors 2, and these black people come up and they're cops, and they're just taking down all these drug dealers that are white, and then the third one is a couple drug dealers that are black, and they come in and they're black, and they're just like, oh, and they're about to take them down, and they're like, oh, what's up, man? And they're like, we just need you to lightly come down to the station and all, and hey, do me a favor and stop selling drugs. I might ruin that for you, but that movie was hilarious. Seems like everything Seth Rogen touches is like gold. It just might be a fanboy or something. Speaking of Seth Rogen, I noticed that, I can't really notice it, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of Jewish cops. Not a lot at all. Does it you probably just don't make enough money. And that seems like a shot in the balls to Jewish people, but honestly, you got comedians like Daniel Tosh, which is basically picking on 9/11 victims. I don't really feel too bad. I still love him though. If I ever became a cop, I'd just go around Hollywood trying to harass anyone I can't think I can, and hope I run into Daniel Tosh, and then so I can harass him and then get a autograph or something. It's funny because it won't even be my jurisdiction, and then they'll be like, what the fuck? You're not even, you're Oakland. Why the fuck are you down here? And I feel like my cop stand-up got really sidetracked because I just don't have a lot to talk about them. Other than them shooting black people and them bitching and complaining about them being videotaped. They're trying to make it a law so we can't videotape them. And they're like, I'm not going to do my job if they're videotaping me. And I'm like, well, I'm going to keep videotaping you not doing your job, so you're going to lose your job anyways. Catch-22, even though that one is not really Catch-22. And if you really want to get a cop scared, ask them for their badge number. If you're doing something wrong, it's not really going to do anything. But I get harassed by cops all the time, and I don't have any criminal record. They're just like, that guy looks like a stoner, let's harass him. And I'm not even a stoner. But anyways, you really want to get them all riled up. Ask them for their badge number. They love giving out their badge number. And another thing they love, you have to do it before they're coming up, but start videotaping or recording. They super love that. And then just go, oh, I just videotape myself all the time. Don't worry about it. As long as you're not doing anything wrong, who cares? But they'll care. They will care. I used to get harassed so much when I was younger. I used to walk home from like a 12 o'clock shift at Target, and I was Target's dress code. I don't know if you've ever been, but they tend to dress their monkeys in khaki and red shirts, and the red shirt has a giant target on them, so that way the customers can attack them. And the cops, they were just like pull me over, and they'd be like, "You match the description of someone that attacked somebody." And I look over, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I seem to must know the person because I work at Target, and there's only one other fucking Target around here." And they're like, "Yeah, he has brown hair or whatever, brown eyes, very basic. I'm very basic." And and he's like, she's wearing a hoodie and then jeans. And I look down, I'm like, do I look like I'm goddamn wearing jeans? And he's like, well, it's possible that he could have changed. And I was like, yes, because good chance is he probably has a Target shirt too, random fuckingly, and changed into khakis. And all I could think about, and I literally said this, I don't know why I was being so cheeky, I was like, hey, clearly this is where my taxpayers' money is going to work here. And of course I'm only working minimum wage, so like I look at my $5 in my pocket and I'm like, here, why don't you take this money right now? You're doing such a good damn job. But before they could do anything, they got a call, blah 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 blah. Turns out they found the guy, blah blah blah. And I look on the news the next day, and the guy's Mexican. And all I could think about was, bitch, please, whoever told someone the description of the person should have said they were Mexican. I mean, I matched the same color eyes, and I matched the same color hair, but he's got like straight up like so much gel in his hair that it looks black anyways. And he's huge compared to me, and I've got like a Beatles haircut. I'm really scrawny. He's about 5'2". I'm almost 6 foot, and it's just like, I don't know if you see a picture of me on the thing, but you clearly could tell I would not match any of that description. And I went with huge when I meant like fat. I mean, I'm pretty fat myself, but like, no, they just straight up, like I say he's Mexican, but chances he might have been Tongan. But I'm like the fat that you can't really tell until I take the shirt off and all the waves of fucking fat just go. And that's right, my fat makes noise because, well, wait a second, the cops are getting off on this. I'm supposed to be bitching about them. So if you have a friend like Cooney, this is like defend them every 2 seconds because, well, there's a cop in their family or whatever. Just go ahead and remind them that of all the bad things that are happening. And I know the bad things always outweigh the good things when it comes to it because the news wants to report it. But I don't know. I feel like they're just always trying to fill their quota. Personal experiences, and my personal experiences always outweigh what people believe.